Center. And our Desmond Shaw is overhead in Sky 9 at this hour, giving us these pictures. Desmond, this is pretty incredible and pretty surreal.
Yeah, absolutely, Pat and Jeff. We are just outside of LA Live here, right next to Staples Center. You see thousands of mourners have poured into the plaza here over the last several hours. We've been monitoring this, and I zoom in here, and you can see all the candles that have been set up, these incredible makeshift memorials with jerseys. So almost everyone down here is wearing some sort of Lakers regalia right now, and you can see the tribute on the screen here. Let me just kind of iris down so you can see more clearly. Sorry about that. Kobe Bryant's image right here on the screen. So this is what everyone has been taking a look at. And I'll zoom out and show you as well the LA skyline. A lot of buildings here lit up in purple and yellow. These buildings down here, I believe this is called Ocean View Plaza, recently opened. Those are in yellow and purple. And then over here, the International Hotel is lit up as well. Really, really thoughtful tribute tonight. And the U.S. Bank building, we see them quite often. You do their LEDs in various colors, and they are in Lakers colors this evening as well. So a massive outpouring of emotion taking place all over the city, but especially here in the heart of Los Angeles, down here in downtown LA, LA Live, and the Staples Center. Pat and Jeff, back to you.
Okay, Desmond, thank you. You know, Pat, we can kind of put this to rest. We were talking earlier about the fourth quarter of that last game of Kobe Bryant. They were playing Utah,
right,
and they won that game 101-96, and it was because of Kobe Bryant. He went 22 of 50 shots, fourth quarter rally, all because of Kobe. And I guess the players, his teammates, told him, we're not going to pass it to you. You take the ball, and this is your last game. And that's how he ended his career at the Staples Center.
Jeff, wasn't it 60 points?
Yeah, and it was
60 points.
And it was, and the Jazz were up until the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. Yeah. That last second rally put them over the top.
Jeff, everyone in that building was just mesmerized, including the Utah Jazz.
We're taking a look at the pictures there, and did you think that wasn't going to happen? I mean, I remember watching that because he retired in 2016, his last game, and I just was like, oh yeah, something's going to happen here. Something special is going to happen.
But
we're not going to lose this game.
Super special.
Yeah.
I mean, for him to take off like that, again, it was just an incredible sight to behold. I can remember the gasps and the cheers and the screaming, and again, I think the visiting team, the Jazz, and everybody in there was just, okay, let him work. Let him do his thing. Mm-hmm. And he certainly did. That will, you know what, though, Jeff, it's just unreal to talk about stats and things of this nature so early in his career. But this is how he's going to be remembered, by the stats and by the history that he left behind so young. And as we've been talking about, as Jim mentioned, as Bill Plaschke mentioned, he won't be alive to see himself being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. And more importantly, though, we have to go back to his family, his daughters. You've got 3 sisters who lost one of their sisters at very, very young ages. Maybe a couple of them who may not even remember her being there. But certainly the oldest will. And that's heartbreaking in itself.
It is.
It really is.
And our hearts and prayers go out to Vanessa, his wife, and what they are going through at this point in time, and the Laker Nation and globally. I mean, it's just one of those things where, you know, I could tell a little story about. I have a neighbor of mine lives across the street who's a Lakers fan, lifelong LA resident, and I texted him this morning when I got the news, and he was on the golf course. He had no idea at all. But just to kind of underscore how important Kobe Bryant, he never met Kobe Bryant. He's a big fan, and when I told him the news, he physically got ill. And that just goes to show about how much Kobe has affected people. To not even meet them, but to hear that news and to know that has happened to one of your heroes. He told me that was somebody that I looked up to. It was a hero of mine. And to get that reaction out of somebody tells you so much about how Kobe was loved and meant by this community.
I was landing, and when I heard as my plane landed, I called my daughter because I knew that this would affect her, and she was crying uncontrollably. She was 9 years old when Kobe Bryant came on the scene, and she played basketball, and boy, he was her hero. On one of her social media pages, when she was on it, her profile picture was of all the trophies that he won and him. And that's just That's just how much he meant to her. And you're talking about your friend. These are people all over that, and I'm still going to call him a young man, that lives that were affected. And just think about this.